Hello everybody, Double J 101, back again finally for another Transformer review, and today we'll be taking a look at one of the more recent acquirements of mine, the Primor's Trilogy Special Packaging figure, everything of the above, Dastard and Repugnus. So quickly, let's go ahead and move this guy out of the way, this thing too, and take a quick little look here at that packaging. One of the best parts of this packaging is by far that art in the front. It is just fantastic here on the front, on the side, the same thing. This, if you have some of the other ones, you can actually line it up and make a full kind of box art kind of thing from between all three. I only have Blast Off in this guy, so whenever the third one comes out, which will be Punch Counter Punch, then you can put all three together, have a nice little box set on top of your desk, wherever you want to put it, on top of a shelving, anywhere you want. On the back, you got the normal pictures of how to transform the robot to the alt mode and back, which will be 19 whole steps. The head, the extra little Prime Master, which the extra little Prime Master right there that it comes with, Solus Prime. There is actually a retail Solus Prime, but this is just a special edition. You'll see it when I get a little closer to it here in a minute. But besides that, you have some writing here, and that is about it for the box. And, of course, no figure inside because he is open. So we'll set that to the side. And here we have Repugnus in all of his glory. By far, my favorite Transformer of all time is Starscream. But really, when I found out this guy was coming out, I went out and bought the Titan's Return Repugnus, the little tiny one, the small one about that big. Then I just liked the color scheme of this guy, so I ended up buying the G1 version. Then I bought a third-party version, and then this guy's here. I mean, it's just something about this figure, about this character that I just like a lot. Take a little closer look here at the figure. There is a nice color scheme of yellow, beige, beigeish brown, and red throughout the figure, with a little bit of green here on the chest and translucent eyes. Back here, we have the resemblance of the wings which the G1 figure had. With it, this figure doesn't have. These are the weapons, but it's still a nice homage. And in a little bit, I'll bring out that G1 so you can kind of get a look at it. Other than that, we have good molding detail throughout the figure here on his weapons, on his body. We have a little bit of paint here, which could be stickers, but luckily they're paint, so it's nicely applied. The mouth on the figure, which is really cool, actually moves up and down as if you would like to have his mouth open or close, which is really cool. The claws, they can rotate up and down like so. The mandibles don't move, that's okay. And then we have a paint applied Autobot logo on top. Also in the package is the Solus Prime Special Edition version, I guess you can call it. Very translucent, light baby blue paint here on the front. Some black and baby blue coloring there on the front as well. And if you open him up, he is just gray, nothing too special. The actual retail version is much nicer. It's actually painted throughout, so really this part is kind of disappointing, but this part is actually really cool. And before we transform this guy, let's go ahead and bring in his brethren, which will be Twinferno, or Double Cross, I think is his real G1 name. And then we have the special edition Grotusk as well. It's really nice to see that we have all three of the monster bots here in Generations, or, you know, just Chug, however you want to call it. It's really nice to see it. And I think they look really, really good together. Lastly, we'll go ahead and bring in the one, the only G1 Repugnus. Get a good view of the two here. You can see how much they do resemble each other, besides him being so tall. And you can see the wings here in the back, which the swords actually do make a good representation of. The only thing that is lacking between the two is the spark feature that kind of works on my G1 figure. But you can't expect them to do that in the new up-to-date one. It's just a nice little cool feature. Transformation for this guy is not too much different than the other monster bots. Just a little difference here and there. Just kind of like how they had theirs too. They had their little difference between the two. So let's go ahead and get into that transformation. We'll go ahead and take these swords off. Move on down to the legs first, so what we'll do is move the legs backwards, like so. Get those out of the way. Rotate these down, so that we can have clearance to move the legs down. Separate those. Rotate this piece all the way around. What I noticed with the other monster bots is this peg right here didn't exist on mine. Maybe I just had a bad QC issue or something, but This peg hole is always there, so we'll just go ahead and push that up, get that connected. Sometimes it sticks, sometimes it doesn't. You rotate that around, which makes the foot. And we'll do the exact same thing over here on this side. Peg that together, and we will straighten that out. Kind of giving a bit of a heel, a little bit of a heel to the figure there. Here on the chest, we are going to pop this open, get out the little Titan Master that was in there. We'll take a look at him here in a minute as well. Close these two pieces up. These are really cool because these are going to go ahead and do a rotation and push it in like so. Both sides there. Nice little Autobot logo visible there. Arms, you just rotate like so. Disconnect from the back. Rotate that around. Bring the fist out on both sides. Get that nice and straight. Now for the monster head, take that back, fold it, and it will peg nicely in the back of the robot body. Get that nice and straight. Take the Repugnus head, get them all nice and straight, like that. Peg them on in after the mouth stays closed, hopefully. Get that a little more straighter. Peg them in. And there we have Repugnus in his robot mode. Overall, I can't really gush more than I've kind of already gushed on this guy. This guy is just awesome. I love this figure. I love what they've done with it. Sometimes I wish they would take the time that they took for him and Grotesque for a lot of the other figures to make sure that they are actually put together right. He just feels solid throughout. He just has very good, aesthetically pleasing looks to him all the way around. We'll go ahead and take his swords as well here. Peg them into his hands to get the full awesome looking view. Something else you can do with this guy. We'll go ahead and bring in the Titan's Return Titan Master Repugnus here. Take him out of his little shell. I'll get him out of the way. And now we can see the more cartoon accurate version of Repugnus's head. And this is the one that I'm going to stick with, and you're going to see for the rest of the video. Because I just like this one better. I like the eyes being bigger. It just has better detail, I think, throughout. Now, if you are more of a G1 toy fan, this is the head for you. But for me, I like my G1 toys. I just like how that head looks. It just looks much better in my opinion. And now on for a little bit of comparisons here again with his monster brethren. First we'll do Twin Furno. Right there. See how nice they look together. Which I think they look pretty good. If only this guy had a little bit more articulation in his hands, I think he'd be a really good representation, I would say. But, you know, he can't be always perfect. And next we will bring in Grotesque. Which overall, these three just look fantastic together. When I get to put these on my shelf, I'm just very happy for what I got. Let's just say it that way. Very, very happy. And lastly, let's go ahead and bring in G1 Repugnus to get the good view of the two here in robot mode. Which they look really resemblant to each other. And if you just bring in this head real quick, you can kind of get a good view of this head and that G1 head and see how spot on. Let's bring that camera up just a little bit. Just like that. And you can see how close these two are together. That one, like I said, animation. This one is toy. Overall, it's nice that they had both, really. They didn't have to do both. I don't know how long they had this guy planned when they made the Titan's Return version, but it's nice to have both options, and this option is the one I prefer. Overall, though, if you still have a chance and have not already, I do highly, highly recommend you pick up this figure. He cost me around $25 on Amazon. Again, he's an Amazon exclusive. You can find him probably in some of them other stores that are online. Maybe Robot Kingdom, maybe Chosen Prime. I don't know if Chosen Prime's doing it, but I know Robot Kingdom's doing it. You'll just have to pay a premium on shipping. If you can get them on Amazon, though, highly, highly recommend it. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Double J 101, And I would like to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I haven't made content in a while, so even seeing the growth that I've had over the last few months without making any content, it's really surprising to me, and it's also made me more motivated to get back in this. So if you like this video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you did, thank you very much, as always. Please leave me a comment below. Tell me how you like this figure. Give me some suggestions on some videos to make. Anything you want to do, throw it down there. I'm ready and willing to listen. But again, thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.